I want to share with you about my high school reunion that was on August the 23rd, 2025 at Calumet Park Beach in Chicago. But just before I get into my reunion, let me share a little bit about my high school. My freshman year, I went to Francis Parker High School, which was located on Stewart Avenue. And after some time, the city decided that we needed another school built. That school was built on 68th and Normal. Our school name was changed to Paul Robeson High School. We, as students, were allowed to vote on our school's nickname, which ended up being the Raiders, and our school colors ended up being scarlet, black, and gold. When they first built it, they realized that the new school was not going to be big enough for the number of students, so they kept the old building. Both buildings are still called Robeson. We had to, almost like a college atmosphere between classes. A lot of times it depends on what your schedule was. You'd have to change between the school buildings to go from one class to the other. And that 2 block walk, it was something at first. You got used to it. They ended up tearing down Parker Elementary. And when they did so, they left a lot of bricks, rebar, and all kind of stuff in the ground. So as we were walking, we would sometimes be, turning ankles or stepping on rocks, those type of things. Those were okay. But what made it really bad was when that winter came and you get those inches of snow. Now that turned ugly, but once again, something you get used to. I give that explanation because as I talk to you about my reunion, you will be seeing and hearing Parker and Robeson on our reunion flyers and flags and everything else. So that's why I wanted to share that much with you. All right. I do want to immediately give a shout out to our Paul Robeson committee who does all of our reunions, pick our great locations, gives us a wonderful notice ahead of time, getting the word out, and to make it not so much about a class of 79, a class of 74, or a class of 85. It's an all-class reunion, which is also wonderful as well. We tend to lean towards each other when we go to the reunions, but we still recognize that everyone is there. Now, for me, I ended up with the extra motivation from my reunion because whenever we have our reunion, my reunion is filled with my next door neighbor, my old upstairs neighbor, downstairs neighbor, in the same building neighbor, down the street best friend, across the street friend. We all, or a big majority of us, end up going to Robeson. So as we go to our reunion, we have a neighborhood blast from the past. And that'll also include our park, which was Hamilton Park, our neighboring streets, which is Normal, which is also included in our group as well. So we have great size turnout just from that. But our reunions are something that's remarkable. We all get our chances like anybody else's reunion, chances to reminisce and talk and catch up. And it always feels like it's a family reunion. And that's how our committee has set it up in such a great job. So anybody that's gone to our reunions, make sure we give props out for the hard work for those people who are on that committee. Like I said, we got Gwen, we got Ariel, we got DJ Tyrone. Those are the ones that I do know. I'm not trying to minimize or put anybody above another. Any other committee members, I'm sorry if I didn't throw your name out there, but I am including you in this gratitude shout out. And then when we do have our reunions, like I say, in my situation, some of you all might be younger. Some of y'all definitely going to be younger. But when it comes down to it, when I'm mentioning this, I'm talking about friendships that are 50 years or close to 50 years. And to me, that's what I count as a blessing, to be able to not only catch somebody on the phone, but to see them in the physical. And it's somebody you either went to high school with, somebody you hung out on the block with, or whatever. Anytime that we go to these reunions, I'm on a high. It's so hard for me to come down because I live out of state now. So I make the arrangements to come up there just for the reunion and then do other things while we're there. But it's a buzz. And it's wonderful when people smile and they remember you as well. So I wanted to quickly shout out how great an event this was, but also we do know that next week, next year, it's not promised to us. The best way for me to show it to you is this. There's a number of my neighbors that didn't get to make it, and I spoke with them, and for one reason or another, they couldn't make it, be it something physical, be it job related, be it prior plans, and all. And here's the thing I always say every year, every time we make plans for next year's reunion, we have to say Lord's will. It's the Lord's will that we can get together next year, because tomorrow, next week, next month, next year is not promised to us. And this is why you see me on such a high when I'm seeing 40 and 50-year friendships in the physical, shaking hands, smiling, taking pictures, seeing each other's families. That's what it's all about. So, Paul Robeson, also Francis Parker, thank you for a wonderful, great reunion. To the committee, thank you once again for a wonderful job. And I can't wait to see you all, Lord's will, next year. So I'm going to go and close this out right now. And I'd like to say, if you will, please hit me with some likes. Any comments would be great. And if you could, I would love it if you subscribe to my page. With that, I'll close out and say bye-bye.